In this video, we are going to talk about calculations involving phase changes. Here we can see the heat of fusion and vaporization values, which are the amounts of energy needed to melt or vaporize 1 gram of a substance. We can use these values to calculate the energy needed to melt or vaporize any amount of the substance using the equation that is shown here. Triangle E, the change in energy, is the amount of energy that was added to or removed from the substance in order to change the phase. Change in energy is defined as the final energy of the substance after phase change minus its energy before the phase change was changed. I have talked about change in energy. Now I'm going to talk about the units for mass, heat of fusion, and heat of vaporization. So for mass, the units would be grams, and for heat of fusion or vaporization are going to be calories per gram. The amount of energy required to melt 1 gram of a substance is called heat of fusion. So here we are going to melt some solid ice to liquid, which would be adding energy, and therefore your values are going to be positive. So let's begin with the first problem. The problem reads, how much energy in calories is required to convert 35 grams of ice into water? So here we are going from ice, solid, to water, liquid. So you go from solid to liquid. So you use change in energy equals mass times heat of fusion for your equation. And this is how you start your calculation. You do change in energy equals 35 grams, which was given to you, times 79.7 calories per grams. According to our heat of fusion and vaporization values shown here, we have to figure out which value to use. So, since we're dealing with the problem of heat of fusion, talking about water, we are going to use 79.7 calories per gram. Grams cancel, and you're left with calories. And your final answer should be the change in energy equals 2,800 calories. Remember to use your significant rules. There's 2 significant figures here. There's 3 significant figures here. So you have 2 significant figures here. To do the opposite process, change from 1 gram of liquid to solid, freezing, the same amount of energy must be removed from the substance, and therefore the sign of heat of fusion value must be changed from positive to negative. Our second problem says, how much energy in calories must be removed from 35 grams of water in order to solidify it? So here we are going from liquid to solid. So here I wrote liquid to solid. So we're going to use change in energy equals mass times negative, because we're removing energy, heat of fusion. So this is how we solve it. So we do change of energy. G equals 35 grams, which was given to us, times negative, because we're doing liquid to solid, so negative heat of fusion, so negative, don't forget that negative, 79.7 calories per gram. So according to our heat of fusion and heat of vaporization table, we are going to be using water and heat of fusion value 79.7 calories per gram, but now we're going to be removing energy, so it's going to be negative. Grams cancel, and you're left with calories, and your final answer is change in energy equals negative 2,800 calories. Remember the negative sign because we're doing negative heat of fusion. How many significant figures? 2 significant figures here, 3 significant figures here, so we're left with 2 significant figures there. The energy required to convert 1 gram of substance from liquid to gas is called heat of vaporization. If you look closely, you can see that we are going from liquid to gas, so water to steam. Our next problem says, how much energy is required to convert 35 grams of water into steam? So we are going from liquid to gas. Liquid, I wrote here, to gas. So we are going to be using change in energy equals mass times heat of vaporization, not heat of fusion, because we're going from liquid to gas, not liquid to solid. So we're going to be using this equation right here, and we will begin by doing this. So change in energy equals 35 grams, which was given to us, times 540 calories per gram. So looking at our table of heat of fusion and heat of vaporization, we look at the substance water and we look at the heat of vaporization and we see that it's 540 calories per gram. Grams cancel, we're left with calories, and your answer is change in energy equals 19,000 calories. Two significant figures, three significant figures, so you're left with two significant figures here. To do the opposite process of liquid to gas, so gas to liquid, you convert 1 gram of gas to liquid, so condensation. We change the sign of heat of vaporization value from positive to negative because energy is being removed from the substance. Our last problem says, how much energy must be removed from 35 grams of steamed water in order to turn it to liquid? So we're going from steam, which is gas, to liquid. So gas to liquid. So we will be using the change of energy equals mass times negative, because we're removing energy, heat of vaporization. So we will do change of energy equals 35 grams times negative 540 calories. So according to our heat of fusion, heat of vaporization table, we look at our substance water and we look at heat of vaporization. We know that it's 540 calories per gram, but remember it's negative. Once we do that, we end with change in energy equals negative 19,000 calories. I really hope this video was useful and helps you along with your calculations. Thank you for watching.